The Innovan Slide-On is something special when it comes to ease of use. When you pull up, you have two latches, one on either side, which need to be undone. Then you move to the back of the vehicle, take hold of the handles and lift. Very little effort required. It goes up virtually of its own accord. You unlatch the steps, lower them down, lock the bottom step in place. You can then pull the awning out by pulling on the strap. It locks into place. Push the other two steps into position and you're ready to enter the vehicle. The L-shaped door opening provides a space above your head so that you can enter the vehicle without having to bend over. When inside, the beds are ready to be used. You can lie down with plenty of room for your head. It does not feel claustrophobic. The beds are 1880 long, standard length. Step at the front for little people to be able to get up into the bed without any problem. You can sleep in either direction. For people who are extra tall, they can place the pillow on the bench. That gives them an extra foot or so of room. The TV set is removable. It can come off its bracket, and then you can turn the mattresses around to form a queen-sized bed configuration. Pressing the latch under the mattress allows the lid of the bed to be raised, giving you access to clothes storage. Beds can be raised effortlessly. They stay in position once they're raised using the gas struts. At the front there's a double glazed window. It can also be used as an emergency escape hatch. It can be positioned in a number of different places, locked in a slightly open position. Air can be forced into the interior while you're travelling, and that's another guarantee against any entry of dust. You've got a blind and a fly screen. Can be located in whatever position you like. Underneath the seats you have storage. There's more storage behind the seats. The lumbar support can be adjusted. There's more storage at the front. You can keep your crockery and cutlery on one side, your bread and tea and pepper and salt etc. on the other side. We've got a fridge freezer, very efficient. One that will give you 50 degrees below outside temperature with an adjustable partition in the middle to vary the amount of fridge freezer space. Under the cutting board at the back, there's storage for pots and pans and kettles etc. So if you want to have a cup of tea or prepare lunch, you can access water across the aisle, the hot and cold tap. Place your kettle on one of the burners on the 3-burner cooktop. You can take a seat protected from the heat by the glass lid. The table slides out and locks into place. You've got access to your crockery. The partner on the other side can access the bread and jam etc. in the other compartment. From the sitting position, you can also open the fridge and access your milk and butter. The table's quite stable, doesn't spill things, yet you can move it back and move away from the table if you need to without spilling things on the table. But as it is, two of you can sit there, prepare a meal without having to move away. Everything's at your fingertips. You can even reach the ice cream in the freezer for dessert. At the back, at a convenient height, we have a cutting board. Underneath the cutting board there's a recess in the fiberglass so that any juices that run off the edge of the cutting board don't go down into the compartment underneath, where normally you'd store your pots and pans. The cutting board can be turned over to give you a workbench. We have lift up doors on some models. Storage in behind. Same thing on the other side. The glass lid stops splashes from the sink drainer getting on the mirror and can also double as a workbench. In the canopy we can have lights. On the top of the range model there's a 300mm two-directional fan that blows air into the unit or blows air out. Under the beds we have more lights. On the sides and the back we have sliding windows with screens. The interior lights are quartz halogen downlights with individual switches. They can be adjusted to point in various directions. Outside we can have two lights positioned either side of the door with individual switches. Inside we can access the toilet. It can be set up so that it rolls out into the alleyway on a heavy duty roller system. It's water flushable and has a slide to separate the top compartment from the bottom compartment. Its weight is supported with a leg. The leg has to be lifted up with your fingers so that you can slide it back in. The toilet can be accessed from outside. Above the toilet we have a vent. The air is forced through there from that compartment in behind there by the fan in the fridge freezer. The roof comes down when you're travelling, leaving you a gap 2 inches wide so that the air can go up through the vent in the roof while you're travelling. The seal all along the top edge of the canopy makes contact with the base so that no dust can get into those vents. The only vent that dust might get into is from the hot water system, but we have a cover that can be placed over there in very dusty conditions. Got another U-Butte automotive seal that keeps any dust out of the front storage compartment. The gas cylinder doesn't need to be sealed off, of course, because it has to be open to the outside air. We have 240 volt inlet. We have a circuit breaker for the 240 power. We have individual fuses for the 12 volt system. This front storage compartment goes all the way through to the other side and can be accessed from the other side as well. You can fit up to 3 water tanks in there if you wish, and still leave plenty of room for other storage. The inlet for the water is behind the main access door, so of course can be locked away. At the back we have a door which gives us access to the roll-out kitchen. It rolls out on 100 kilo drawer runners, locks into place, and we can fold out a workbench and a sink. We have a stainless steel barbecue and a 2-burner cooktop. We turn the gas on. We have 2 gas cylinders, one either side of the unit. We have a safety tap that we turn on before gas reaches the slide-out kitchen. If pots and pans are stored in the shelf above the slide-out kitchen, they can be accessed from inside for internal use or from outside. There's space underneath that shelf to store chairs or a table. The stainless steel barbecue is turned on just by rotating the knob. The plate is easily removed for cleaning. sink can be removed by undoing the clips underneath. Then you can dispose of your slops or get extra water. Matter of seconds to fold the whole unit up and slide it back in. As you slide it back, should you have left any gas taps turned on, they automatically turn off. In the vanity area we have a shower with an adjustable head, a hot and cold mixer, taps for hot and cold water, a shower cubicle that can be velcroed under the awning or opened out to act as a windbreak. When it comes time to head off, it's just a matter of seconds. Put the awning away by pulling on the strap, folding the steps up, and as they're locked in position, that locks the awning back against the side of the unit. Pull the canopy down. Canopy is very easy to move. It'll move of its own accord when it gets towards the top. You can pull it down very simply, very easily. And when it gets down near the bottom, it stays down of its own accord.